This is Lisa from Mobile Tech Review, and this is going to be the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. Hopefully you saw my first look video that I did on spot in person in New York City for the Samsung Unpacked event. As you can tell, I'm back home now in the studio, and I have some more footage to share with you. And you know, you've seen a million here's look, the Galaxy Note 8. This is as much as we know right now kind of videos. So I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to talk about why the Note 8 is going to be my next phone. Now, since I'm Lisa from Mobile Tech Review, obviously I have several phones around available to use and to test, and I do continue to use and test them as I go on and get software updates. So this doesn't mean the Note 8 will be the only phone in my possession for the next 6 months or anything like that, but certainly it's the phone I've been anticipating most this year, especially like many of you. I had the Note 7 ripped out of my hands because, well, it had that problem with overheating batteries. By the way, one of the motivations for me, and it probably could be for you too, is if you bought a Note 7, Samsung has a record of that because they did a recall, and just use the email address that you used to log into your Samsung Note 7 when you set it up, and you can get a discount. You can get $425 off if you're trading in a phone. They'll give you more than they normally would, basically. So $425 off in the United States. That means it comes out to about $504 before taxes. And if you do it with them, you can get any carrier version you want. You can do financing, or you can get the unlocked model, which is certainly the one I would pick because I work with all the carriers and I like to have it. So why would I want this to be my next phone? You know me, I'm the pen lady. I like to draw, I like to do art. I actually like to scribble notes, notepad style, and it's really still hard to beat the Note 8 because it's one of the few smartphones that still has a pen. You can see me here actually drawing a landscape using just the basic Samsung Notes application, which is not exactly a real art application. It's got that real fine tip Wacom EMR pen, just like on the Samsung Notebook 9 Pro that I recently reviewed, the 2017 model. And it's that skinny tip for those of you who care. Much like the Note 7, a lot thinner than the Note 5. I know a lot of you care about that. It's also going to be fast. It's the usual top-of-the-line Snapdragon 835 with 6 gigs of RAM. That's perfectly adequate. We have our expansion, our storage. You know all the stories. The camera. I care about the camera. I think a lot of you do too. And the dual cameras on the back, we're not allowed to share the photos and the sample video that we shot, unfortunately, with it just yet. We will be able to in September. But gorgeous camera. I took some New York City vistas from the top of a penthouse that were really impressive. You wouldn't look at that and say a phone took that picture. And that depth feature is something I really loved in the iPhone 7 Plus. It's here, and you can actually control the amount of depth, and I was pretty impressed. No haloing around objects. It's a little heavy-handed about what's in focus and what it does that bokeh blur in the background, and they're still tuning it. I think that's why they're not going to let us share it. And the optical image stabilization is a must. Some of the footage that you're looking at, in fact, I shot with the Galaxy S8 because it has such a wonderful camera and stabilization that makes me look like a pro using a phone, which is pretty hard to beat. Beyond that, it's a gorgeous looking phone, the largest display that you can get of that quality, 6.3 inches, and a particularly tall aspect ratio there. And lastly, the side-by-side application use. When you have a display that big, it actually starts to become useful. And they've got a new setup where you can actually create app pairs. Say you always use Chrome and YouTube together. You can just set them up to launch as a pair of windows together. Easy peasy, better multitasking. So there you have it. Of course, we'll have a full review in the coming weeks, and we'll talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm Lisa from Mobile Tech Review. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more cool tech videos, and thumbs up if you like this vid.